Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another The Sports Scoop video. Today, I told you guys I was going to do it. I'm continuing my first round mock draft by giving you guys a only second round mock draft. If you guys want to check out the first round mock draft, make sure to go check it out. I'll pop a card up here if I forgot to do that. It's in our you can check it out. It's a couple of videos down. We were supposed to have a Dolphins offseason video instead of this video today. Unfortunately, we couldn't get that one out. We will have that one out tomorrow. So if you're new, we do a lot more than just NFL draft content. So make sure to subscribe, like the video if you do enjoy NFL draft content. And let's get into the video. So obviously we ended the last round. We had Olujari to the Bucks, Wyatt Davis, Etienne, all the top prospects, as we would know, going into the first round. But obviously, there are a lot of elite talent that go into the second round. I mean, superstars are still in the second round. I mean, obviously, there's superstars throughout the whole draft, as we've seen Tom Brady, name others. We saw Winfield last year. We've seen a lot of safeties, especially in the second round. But let's jump right into it. Let's go to the Jaguars pick. Obviously, we have addressed them with Trevor Lawrence. Don't know why I was, and then I believe we had them go Elijah Vera Tucker. They need tackle, corner. There's quite a few needs, and wide receiver right now. Elijah Moore is one of the better ones. There's not a lot. I don't know where is. So Rondale Moore is here, but I think if the Jaguars were to go here, I think Terrace Marshall would be the pick. So I think that they will go. And this is a tougher one, but I think that they will go if he falls. Greg Newsome out of Northwestern, the first pick of the second round. I really, really like his length. I believe he's 6'1". Coming out of Northwestern, was a very good pass coverage guy. I mocked him to the Colts in this round, but I think he really is a good cornerback. One of those guys who can really fit in and be that and be one of their corners with the Jaguars. They do have a lot of free agent corners. I think Greg Newsome can fit in and be their guy for the future. Obviously, hopefully, the Jaguars are hoping he's the next Jalen Ramsey. And now onto the Jets pick. They obviously had them take 2 picks. And what do they need? They need offensive line. There's a couple things. We had them take quarterback and wide receiver. We had them take Marshall and Wilson. And here's a tougher one. They need corner. They need edge. And there's not much that's really fallen here. So I think they just might go get Trayvon Mohrig out of TCU. Now, yes, I know that might be a hot take. I know some people might get mad that Mohrig didn't go to the Jaguars, but here's the thing. We don't know. Right now, May isn't looking like it's not looking like he's more likely to go to the Jets. Obviously, his agent has been kind of throwing some shade there. And Mohrig's a great safety, someone who's really has been trending up a lot. As we see right here, there's a lot of safeties that start to come into play now in the second round. And Mohrig's a great safety, big guy, hard hitting. I think he's a good guy for the Jets system. Obviously, we've seen that they will be more defensive minded with their new head coach, Robert Saleh, who was the defensive coordinator in San Francisco. And I think Mohrig is worth the value here. Again, do you go wide receiver or do you go offensive line? They might, but I think with a cap they have, they can really address many things. And I think Mohrig might be just the best guy available. Now on to the Falcons pick. Obviously, we've seen they didn't really get much. I'd had them take Penei Sewell. Might be a hot take, might not be. I mean, you could argue they need running back. They do need quite a bit of things. They need quarterback. There isn't really a quarterback here that's worth taking. So I think that they will go Jason Owa out of Penn State, really bendable guy. I think someone who is very, very good on the edge. We've seen him do that at Penn State. And I think that, we saw him with Micah Parsons, really, really good pass rusher, very good at run stopping and run tackling, specifically not as much run stopping. And I think he really fits with this. Obviously, they let go of Tack McKinley. You basically just have Jarrett down the middle, and their defense wasn't amazing. So I think that if you put in Owa there, he's really that edge that can, be their guy for the future. Again, just let you guys know, I'm not as intelligent about the second round talent, so excuse me if I do say something wrong. But on to the Dolphins pick. Obviously, they've already had 2 picks as well, like we've seen with the Jets and Jaguars. I believe we saw them go Jamar Chase, and then we saw them go with Micah Parsons, who fell. And tackles a need here. I like Jalen Mayfield, and it's a tougher one. I really do like they do have options here. But I ultimately think they'll go with, I really, really do like Creed Humphrey, the offensive guard from Oklahoma, either him or Landon Dickerson. I think he's really talented, very powerful guy, someone who arguably could go in the first round, kind of that first round talent, but it's a really deep offensive line class. So I think that the Dolphins will find one of their future inside offensive linemen. I know Austin Jackson, I know Robert Hunt, they have a young offensive line, but I think he's adjustable, or he may not be as adjustable. I think other players on that line are. Obviously, they might let go of their center, Karras, or they most likely will. So maybe Dickerson's the pick here. Now that I'm saying that, I probably think that would have been smarter, but I still think Creed Humphrey's very, very good. On to the Eagles pick. Wide receiver. What do we address for them? We address offensive lineman. Oh, that's what did we go for them? Let's quickly check. We went. Oh, sorry. I obviously did not. I kind of just took all the players that I took from last draft and I didn't save it on my computer. So obviously I do not have them taking Rashawn Slater. You saw there. I had them taking Devontae Smith. So wide receivers not a need. Tight ends bit of a need. And what's really, really interesting is Pat Fairmouth. Where is he? Down here. But I think Goddard will be healthy, so I think that wouldn't be as much of a value pick for them. They need linebacker. So I think that they'll go with Zaven Collins, really, really fast, athletic linebacker out of Tulsa. The only problem is Tulsa don't run the defenses that a lot of NFL teams do. And I really do like Zaven Collins. I think just how fast he is. He's really, really burst of speed. So I think they can use that kind of agility on their defense. On to the Bengals, another one of their picks. We had them go with who we have? We had them go with Rashawn Slater at number 5 since Penei Sewell was gone. So they do not need offensive line. Linebackers they need corner. They need a couple things. And really, I mean, if they went, inside offensive lineman or something else again, that I wouldn't hate that. But I think I'm going to go back-to-back linebackers and have them go Nick Bolton out of Missouri. Again, just like Zaven Collins, really fast and aggressive, hard-hitting linebacker. We don't know really the future. That Bengals linebacking core isn't anything special. Defensively, I think they need to address in the draft, and I think the second round is a perfect time to do that. Now on to the Panthers. They have another early first-round pick. They need offensive line. Who do we have them go? We have them go Trey Lance. So they need tackle, corners, and need tight end. Again, another team that really is kind of on the verge of being very, very good. And I think I'll have them go Jalen Mayfield. Obviously, they need tackle, and I think that that's where they'll go. Jalen Mayfield, someone who's fallen, good, big guy. If we look at his stock right here, decently got, 6'5", 319. So he's a big, big guy, powerful guy, someone you can probably run McCaffrey unless you trade for Deshaun, and McCaffrey might not be there. Again, a lot of these picks might not be there if they were to trade for him. But I really do like Jalen Mayfield and the value that he gives you at 39. Now Broncos Edge, again, another team that has been rumored to get Deshaun Watson, so we don't know if this pick will be theirs. I believe I had them go Surtain over the Cowboys last time. So corner, edge is a need. Obviously, we've seen Von Miller's been, kind of getting, injury all out last year. So that might be a need. Quarterback, they could address that there. Edge is a good one, but I don't know if there's many here. Offensive tackle, I believe, as well. Javonte Williams is here, but I don't think they obviously do not need that. And linebackers in need as well. So I will have them go. Where is he? I will have them go with Chaz Surratt out of Carolina. I really do like him. I like how he's climbed. That might be a bit of a reach pick for North Carolina, but I really do like the way he's climbed in this draft. He's a really good guy. If we look at his, I believe he's 6'1". Really good guy of North Carolina, explosive guy, someone who's kind of built up the draft board, as I said, and I think he fits there on that front 7 for Denver. Again, if I'm not giving as much of descriptive analysis, I'm not as up to date on these guys, but I'm giving you guys my best. Now lines, I had them go Jalen Waddle first round. That was the only first round pick they had. Now it says they need corner, offensive tackle, quarterback, obviously, which is, they let go of Stafford, linebacker. But I'm going to have them go with Dylan Randunes out of North Dakota, someone who was kind of a first-round talent going into the start of kind of mock drafting. Obviously, has fallen now, but really still good tackle out of North Dakota, protected Trey Lance, and I think in an offensive line that's really desperate in Detroit. I think Randunes, I always say Radunes is the pick there. Now to my New York Giants, I had them go Kyle Pitts. So wide receiver can be checked off, so you don't need tight end, all of that. And this was a tougher one. I'm kind of going to assess the options. And what I would really like here is why not go get Landon Dickerson out of Alabama? Really, really good center / inside offensive lineman. I know we had Shane Lemieux, but I think that inside offensive line, obviously, we don't really know what Zeitler's going to do this offseason. I actually had him getting cut in our offseason video. And I think someone who just really is a really good, powerful guy. We saw him. He played very well in Alabama season this year. And I think the Giants get a value pick there. Now for the Niners, I had them go Justin Fields. He fell a lot in mine. So corner is still a need, and why not go with, at least here, the best player available, Eric Stokes out of Georgia. Aggressive guy, bit of a penalty issue, or I might be getting that wrong with Tyson Campbell, but a good corner. I think Stokes fits there. It's more of a just you really need the position. Obviously, as Richard Sherman will basically not be coming back, and besides that, you really don't have a lot of corners to that 53-man roster, and I think Stokes will be the pick. Now on to the Cowboys. I had them go with Farley as Surtain went before. And it's an interesting one because tackle's a need. You got inside defensive line. There's a lot of options. I'm just going to assess them really here. And, you got Moses. There's some good picks. But I think that they will, again, go with one of the better players on the board and go with Alex Leatherwood out of Alabama, someone who really could go in the first round. I really do like Alex Leatherwood. I like his tackle. I like his size. Not tackle. I like his size and power and shiftiness. Someone who's been mocked to the Steelers at 24. But obviously, this Cowboys offensive line was decimated with injuries. We really saw throughout the NFL, no hit on them. But I think Leatherwood, again, gives them another future guy. And now going to the Jaguars pick, and now saying that probably the Lions should have taken him over Raduns, but we move on. Jaguars, obviously, this is again another. They've got a lot of picks here, going to another one of their second round picks, and they can really get value here. And obviously, I didn't have them going with a safety, and I think I will have them go. Where is he? Them go with Javon Holland out of Oregon, someone who I think can be the best safety in the class. I really, really, really like what he brings. Big guy. Look at his size right here. I believe he's around 6'1". And it was a really, really, really good safety, kind of a all do it safety. I'm saying safety a lot. And I think, with the Jaguars not having much of secondary going into the season, especially safety wise, you have Jones, who's a free agent. And besides that, there's not much. And I think Javon Holland kind of fits in there. We had them signing Justin Simmons, so I think he can be a good compliment there. On to the Patriots pick. I believe in the first round, I have them going Mac Jones, so a bit of a reach. We got some comments on the first round draft. So here's a question. Do you go wide receiver? There's a decent bit. So I think right here, it's a tougher one. You need inside defensive lineman. You have Levi Onwuzurike here. You have Aaron Robinson here. And I think they really do. I think they need, with the money they have, and we had them go Godwin. That video actually hasn't come out yet. But I think this pick, they will go, I'm just going to call him Levy here from Washington. Good inside defensive lineman, powerful guy. And I think they need someone there. They really are lacking at that position. Now into the Chargers. Obviously need inside offensive line, corners a need, because Chris Harris wasn't too amazing, and tight end might be a need. And I'm kind of going to go with a bit of a hot take, and I'm going to assume Hunter Henry doesn't get re-signed. Again, this is assuming Hunter Henry does not get re-signed. And I think they go with Pat Freiermuth out of Penn State, the second best tight end in this class, which is really a drop-off. It's basically Pitts, and then every single other one. It's basically Pitts is the most talented player in this class, excluding Trevor Lawrence. And give Herbert weapons with Freiermuth. If he plans out like we've seen him, what he can do in Penn State, I think this Chargers team can be playoff contenders really, really quickly. And I do like what he brings and what he gives Justin Herbert. Raiders pick, have them go Karamoa. I believe they had picked 21. I might be wrong there. Edge, inside defensive line. They got some defensive problems. Richie Grant's here, Aaron Robinson's here. There's some good picks, and I think that they will go with Dylan Moses out of Alabama. Nothing against Baron Browning. I'm again not very informed on him from Ohio State. I really like Dylan Moses, someone who tore his ACL, but is a really, really athletic, again, speedy linebacker. What we've seen from a lot of the linebackers, Parsons, obviously. As I said, Zaven Collins, and I'm blanking on the one from Missouri, completely blanking on him, even though I literally just mocked him. Nick Bolton, sorry. And I think Moses is kind of that fit for the Raiders. Oh my God, why did I completely just messed. I'm so sorry, guys. I literally was thinking about Karamoa and then kind of got Moses. Again, this will not most likely be my most favorable pick, although I'll stick with it because I do not want to completely re-record this video. But sorry, stick with me there. But I still think really linebacker there, there's not a lot of options. Again, most likely will not go two linebackers for the first two picks. But again, Dylan Moses is still very good. So if we're assuming Karamoa is not going, Moses really fits there. Now to the Cardinals pick, I believe in the first round, I had them go Najee Harris, so a bit of a reach there. And now I think that they will address corner and go Aaron Robinson out of UCF. Obviously, we've seen that not most likely Peterson will won't resign free agent this year. And we have Byron Murphy, who I'm really, really liking. You have Buda Baker. So safety's not really a need. And I think Aaron Robinson for UCF will fit in there with that Patrick Peterson gap. Dolphins, again, another second-round pick. They really have a lot of picks. Sorry, my back's in a bit. They really do have a lot of picks in this draft. Aaron Robinson, really, really good corner from UCF in a pretty good corner class. So here, I don't know what I'm talking about Aaron Robinson. Here, what would the Dolphins do? Offensive tackles in need. They got running back. And I believe I didn't have them go running back. Javonte Williams is here, which is kind of intriguing, but a bit of a smaller guy. Offensive line, we obviously had them go for that in the first. So I think that they will go with Joseph Ossai, who I did not even see drop this far. And that will be the steal of the second round. Wow, didn't see that happen. I don't know how that happened. Completely slipped my mind. Ossai, I don't know how I didn't have him go. That's an absolute steal. Maybe we'll see it happen. Again, no need for explanation. Ossai is a first-round talent. And if he falls to 50, that would be absurd. But the Dolphins get lucky. Now, Washington, let's assume that they get their quarterback, either Darnold or, maybe it's Cam Newton, maybe it's Mariota. So what they will need to go with here, I didn't have, in the first round, I had them go Rashad Bateman to complement Terry McLaurin. So here they have some options. Corners in need, you got safety as a need, linebackers in need, offensive tackles in need, and there really isn't too many great ones. But I think that they will go Trey Smith out of Tennessee, powerful guy. Let's look at his stats right here. Obviously, he's 6'5", so he's really big on the inside, kind of a tackle type size, 331, which is absurdly heavy. Nope, not saying he's fat, but that is huge. That's gigantic, which again might be, he might be very, very susceptible to injury. We'll see, but I really do like what he brings. Obviously, with the Washington team, they might let go of Scherf, and I think Trey Smith can fit in there. Now to the Bears, I believe this is their second round pick. It is not. I don't know. I'm just thinking things. Had them go with Tevin Jenkins in the first round, obviously hoping that they get their quarterback or somehow think Trubisky's their guy. And I think that they will go with Rondale Moore. They went with Darnell Mooney last year, kind of that speedy guy. And I think Rondale Moore is that the same type of receiver. Really speedy, kind of that Kadarius Toney type mold in terms of smaller guy. If we look, I believe he's like 5'7", 5'9". So he's not a big guy, but very fast, agile. And I think he gives this Bears offense speed. Now on to the Titans pick. Inside defensive lines in need and wide receivers in need. I believe I had them go with Jalen Phillips in the first. Yeah, no, sorry, not Jalen Phillips. I had them go with who did I have them go? Let's check quickly. I had them go with Kwity Paye in the first round. So now they need inside defensive line, wide receiver, corner. And I think that they will go with Asante Samuel Jr. out of Florida. Do like him. And obviously their cornerback room isn't very good. They don't have a great pass defense. So I think Samuel can kind of refurbish it. Now to the Colts pick, we had them go corner. Offensive lines in need. They're a very, very good team. You need to protect Carson Wentz. Who did I have them go in the first round? I'm sorry, I keep checking. I had them go J.C. Horn, who fell. So they need wide receiver. They have kind of some flexibility here. They need offensive line. Right now, offensive line-wise, there isn't much what I'm trying to look at here. And what I would really like them to go with here is Amari Rodgers out of Clemson, someone who I watched him film on, and really, really kind of that Golden Tate type mold, really fast slot receiver. And with T.Y. Hilton, we don't know what he will do this offseason. If I'm the Colts, I probably wouldn't resign him. I believe he's 32. And you obviously have Pittman, new receiver, kind of that new regime coming in. I don't know if that's the right word, coming into Indianapolis. And I really like Amari Rodgers, very fast, explosive, incredible route runner. If you saw him at the Pro Bowl, absolutely tore it up, and I think he fits there. Now going on to the Steelers pick, and I'm going to finally have him go. That's Javonte Williams out of North Carolina, someone who is really a smaller type guy compared to Najee Harris and Travis Etienne, 5'10", so not huge, kind of more of a receiving back, if you like to argue that, but we don't know what's going to happen with James Conner. Had a really bad year. The Steelers offense, we don't know what's going to happen with them in the future, and I think Javonte Williams is still a really good option for them. Now the Seahawks, their first pick of the NFL draft so far. They need edge, offensive tackle, inside offensive lines, and there's really a lot of needs for them. But edge is the most pressing need. So I think they will go with Ronnie Perkins out of Oklahoma. they really need the position. Now, Los Angeles Rams, I believe, again, their first pick of the NFL draft is they really will not have a first round pick forever. They need tackle again, edge. There's a couple needs here, linebacker. And I think that they will bolster this defense and go Baron Browning out of Ohio State, someone who I did really like in their game against Clemson, 6'3", so he's really big. And, very dynamic athlete. And I think he fits this, hard hitting, very aggressive Los Angeles defense. Ravens, tight ends they need wide receiver, inside offensive line. I believe I don't know who I actually had. I had Rousseau in the first round. And, Nico Collins is here from Michigan. You got J2 Felly who's here. They need inside offensive line. We don't really know what's going to happen with Orlando Brown. So I think that they will go a bit of, not a boring pick, but I think they go James Hudson. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen with Orlando Brown. I think if that does happen, Hudson can kind of fill in that role. Browns, they need corner. They need inside defensive line. So I think that they will go, and this is a tough one. I had them go Jalen Phillips. So imagine they went and got J2 Felly. I don't know if they'll do that. That's kind of not a tough one. They do need corner as well. So I think that they will go with Kelvin Joseph out of Kentucky. Really, their cornerback room was destroyed with injuries this year. Greedy Williams, I don't think touched the field. Grantel Pitt, I don't think touched the field. Denzel Ward was out for majority of the season. So I think Kelvin Joseph can kind of be depth at that position. Now we have the Saints pick edge. I think they'll go Joe Tyron out of Washington. Really, they're just in cap hell right now. So I think they need Hendrickson's going to be free agent. So I think they need to just get value for positions that they desperately need. Buffalo Bills, I believe I had them go Travis Etienne in the first round. Linebackers in need. Offensive tackle says here is a need. And I really do think they need a pass rusher. So I think I'll have them go J2 Felly, someone who was a first round talent, like talent like Patriots talent going in the first round. Really, really good. Was probably the best defensive lineman when we started mocking. Now it's Barmore. And I think he's a steal here for the Bills at this pick. Packers now. I had them go Barmore in the first round to pair up with Kenny Clark, which I thought would be amazing to see. They need tackle, wide receiver, and I'm going to have them go with Chatarius Atwell. I thought it was Tutu Atwell. I might, oh no, you know what? I'm not going to. I'm going to have them go with Amon-Ra St. Brown, someone I think is going to be really, really, really good and really underrated. I think he'll be that Claypool-like receiver in terms of not play type, just where they get him and how good he can be. Amon-Ra St. Brown arguably could be a first-round talent if a team is really, really wanting to reach. And I think you give a compliment to Devontae Adams. Now, the Chiefs pick, the Super Bowl losers. I will not stop saying that. They need wide receiver as well. Chatarius Atwell's here. They as well need tackle. And I think it might be another offensive line pick. Josh Myers is here, and it's a tougher one. But what I'm going to look for here is a linebacker who I think could be one of the best, if not the best in the class. Where is he? That is, oh, come on. Where is he? Let's search him up. Jamin Davis out of Kentucky. I love him. I just watched film on Draft Sleepers. Shout out to the person who made that video. Jamin Davis looks like one of the best linebackers in this class. Fast, knows how to play the position. Kentucky has a defense that can relate to NFL teams and correlate into the NFL. And I think the Chiefs, arguably one of the worst one of not a good linebacking core, not a good defense. And I think Jamin, I don't know. Tell me how to say that. I don't know why I'm struggling. Jamin Davis really, really does give speed and agility to that Chiefs front seven. You probably didn't watch the end, but now we have our last one, our Buccaneers pick. Inside defensive lines in need. They need a wide receiver, inside offensive line. And I think that they will go with Josh Myers out of Ohio State, someone who complimented finalizing draft, someone who complimented to Wyatt Davis, powerful, gives them an inside. Obviously, that offensive line was completely shifted. They're very, very good now. I'm completely don't know where the second round is, but I hope you guys did enjoy that mock draft. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. Helps us out so, so much. We were just at 1,400. Now we're at, we just gained 20 subscribers. We're at 1.42. So it means the world. You guys absolutely love these mock draft contents, consistently giving us views, likes, and comments. And if you didn't like a pick, no worries. Comment down below. We'd love to talk about it, because obviously I wasn't too experienced on the picks there. So people who know a lot about their teams, make sure to comment down below. I always love to learn about what players' attributes are. For all of our socials are linked in the description. If you click on the title of the video, it drops down, link to the description, our website, podcast, Instagram, where you can message us whenever you want. We always respond to DMs over there. We also post over there. We're very close to 1,200 followers over there. So if you can help us get to that, that would mean the world. We'll see you in our next video. Thank you guys so much for watching.